Well, Rise and Grind DMV, happy Saturday. We are waking up to some patchy fog across the area, but overall, sunny skies will be returning to the DMV. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of that 8-day coming up.
This morning on DC News Now, the aftermath of Helene. We're taking you across the country, showing you damage, some of that damage not far from the DMV. Plus, a potential strike coming to ports across the country, the impact it could have on the supply chain. And changes on the way to DC's 911 call center. What's next for the OUC?
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good morning. It is Saturday, September 28th. Your time is 8 o'clock. Thank you for waking up with us here on DC News Now. I am Tosa Fakile. Grab your tea, your coffee, and your water. We're bringing you all your news and weather. We begin this morning looking at some of the havoc Helene left behind. Just take a look at your screen. Damage everywhere. Parts of Florida, Tennessee, and Georgia saw major flooding, cars and roads submerged underwater, and buildings destroyed as people start to look for where to begin to pick up the pieces. But back here at home, thankfully, we are not dealing with those conditions. What we're dealing with is a lot of fog. So here's a live look at, we're looking towards the Washington Monument. You can't see it because it's so foggy out there, but I promise you it's there because this is the usual live cam we take when we look towards the monument. Weather forecaster Brittany Ward joining us right now. Brittany, it is very foggy out there.
Yes.
But it has stopped raining, is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
So it has stopped raining in the nation's capital. A few of our locations off to the north are still seeing some rain, but overall foggy conditions are seen across much of the area. So do keep that in mind when heading out the door. Satellite and radar showing you the last 3 hours. Yes, we saw that rain in DC. Now it's starting to make its way into Carroll County as well as the Baltimore metro area. Kind of putting a pause on radar to show you if you're heading to Baltimore right now, you will be running into some light showers. It looks like those showers earlier there in Carroll County have started to break up. And after we're done with this batch of rain, we will be dealing with some dry conditions. But again, visibility has gone down across much of the area. Patchy fog is seen. We're down to 0 as you head over there to Washington, D.C., 1 mile as you head over there to Lexington Park. And then it looks like we're down to 0 as you head over there to Luray and Culpeper. So take your time on the roads this morning. And also those roads are still wet, so keep that in mind. But we'll have a full check of that 7-day and when we could expect to see sunny skies coming up, Tosin, in just a bit.
All right, Brittany, thank you. We'll check in with you in just a bit. But coming up on 8:03 News this morning, Alexandria police are investigating a double shooting. Now, just before 3 this morning, police put out a post on X saying 2 men were shot while in a vehicle. This happened on White Street. There are no details on the conditions of the victim. And now back to our coverage of the aftermath of Helene. This is video of Cedar Key, Florida, where the storm ripped apart entire neighborhoods. The small island community sits off the mainland in the Gulf, and you can just see the sheer amount of damage. That is just unbelievable. And that Gulf is just about 60 miles southwest of Gainesville. Now, so far, at least 44 people in 4 states have died from the storm, including 19 people in South Carolina. The storms have also knocked out power for over 3 million Americans across the country. Moody's Analytics says it expects between $15 and $26 billion in property damage. We are praying for those people that are impacted. And closer to our region, Virginia State Police sharing some new video. Look at that on your screen. They helped rescue more than 50 people from the roof of a hospital in Northeast Tennessee. That quick rising water flooded the building, trapping staff. And there was also flooding in sections of Southwest and Central Virginia. This is video near Whiteville. You can see a local creek overflowing into the roads. Some waterways, experts say, are expected to rise in the coming days. And for the latest weather updates, scan that QR code right there on your screen to download the DC News Now weather app, where you can get your forecast 24/7. And you can also visit our website, dcnewsnow.com, and click on the weather tab. 8:04 is your time, and the strike is over. The Kennedy Center and the National Symphony Orchestra have finalized a new contract. For months, the union representing the orchestra was trying to negotiate a new agreement. The Kennedy Center says it'll increase wages by 4% in the first year and again in the second year. They'll also provide health care options for musicians. We're now just days away from a potential strike at ports up and down the East Coast, and that includes the ports of Baltimore and Virginia. And a port work stoppage could create a supply chain problem that'll impact all of us. And experts say every day of a port strike could take 4 to 6 days to clear up. DC News Now's Max Marcilla explains from Baltimore.
Tens of thousands of dock workers, including many here in Baltimore, are threatening to strike, hoping for higher wages and protections against automation. If that strike does happen on Tuesday, it could mean trouble at stores across the country. From Baltimore to Portsmouth, Virginia, and Savannah, Georgia, shipping containers are part of our global economy. Any disruption could trickle down. If this strike actually happens, what impacts could we, consumers, see?
This is a busy time of the year for shipments coming into the country because a lot of retailers are getting their holiday orders.
Martin Dresner is the Dean's Professor of Supply Chain Management at the University of Maryland School of Business. He says many retail items come from Asia, so they're shipped to the West Coast, which would not be impacted by this strike. But other items, food like bananas from South America, European cars, farm equipment, those are East Coast imports. How long of a strike would we need to see before we started feeling some of the impacts at either the grocery store or a retail shop?
If the distributors here in the country haven't stocked up, certain of those items could be stocked out, within weeks maybe or months. But I'm assuming that most of these companies have stocked up.
Dresner says companies are likely very prepared because this strike has been on the table for months. There's also the impact on workers beyond the ports.
Pretty much the wheels stop turning at that point.
Think truck drivers who rely on imports and are not part of the dock workers union.
If we're told that the port is closed, there is pretty much nothing else that we can do in terms of hauling containers.
Dresner says it's important to remember we produce most of what we consume here in the U.S., so some of the biggest impact could be on exports. He also says because it's an election year, the Biden administration could step in if they notice the economy is taking a hit. Reporting in Baltimore, Max Marcella, DC News Now.
All right, Max, thank you. 8:06, and there could be a criminal investigation into Boar's Head deadly listeria outbreak. The USDA disclosed details law enforcement officials are looking into while responding to a request for government records. Now, during an Associated Press records request, the USDA refused to give up the documents about inspections and enforcement at a now closed Virginia plant. They say releasing the records could jeopardize law enforcement proceedings. That outbreak has killed 10 people and more than 50 people in 19 states have gotten sick. A Massachusetts woman pleading guilty to running a high-end brothel network in Northern Virginia. Han Lee faces up to 25 years in prison. She and 2 others were indicted late last year, and she's pleading guilty to helping run a sex ring at apartments in Fairfax, Tysons, and outside of Boston. The feds say they cater to politicians, company executives, military officers. Prosecutors have not publicly named any of the clients, and they have not been charged. New revelations in court about the Fairfax County man accused of killing his wife and another man inside of their home. There are allegations he conspired with the family's au pair, someone he's accused of having an affair with. The judge denied Brendan Banfield bond. DC News Now's Ben Dennis was in court yesterday and has the latest.
Among new allegations in court, prosecutors say that Brendan Banfield visited a gun range with the nanny he was having an affair with just months before Christine Banfield and Joseph Ryan were killed inside of the Banfield home. Suspects in a shocking double murder in Herndon, Virginia, pictured smiling together in the same home where they allegedly killed Christine Banfield and Joseph Ryan early last year. Brendan Banfield denied bond Friday in Fairfax County after prosecutors said that he was a risk to others, including his young daughter, who was inside the home at the time of the crimes. New evidence now shows what prosecutors say they plan to use at trial. Juliana Perez Magalhaes, an au pair from Brazil the Banfields hired, was allegedly in an extramarital affair with Brendan. Photos show the two on trips, including one to a gun range months before the murders. Prosecutors allege an online fetish account claiming to be Christine Banfield agreed to meet Ryan inside the Banfields' Herndon home in February of 2023 for a sexual fantasy. The suspects reportedly left the home for a short time that morning, only to return and find Ryan and Christine inside a bedroom. That's when Brendan allegedly fired his gun, issued to him by the IRS, and shot Ryan in the face. Then, using a knife Ryan brought to the home for that sexual encounter, Brendan allegedly stabbed Christine several times in the neck. An 8-second 911 call, allegedly made by Magalhaes, captured Ryan's moans after he was shot, who prosecutors say was shot again, this time by her, with a separate gun after Banfield ordered her to. She was arrested last October. Banfield just this month after prosecutors pointed to new forensic evidence and analysis of the bedroom where the murders happened. And prosecutors allege that Banfield had a history of extramarital affairs, claiming one witness said that he claimed it would be better not having his wife around. They also presented evidence today showing that Banfield was reportedly trying to learn Portuguese and a flight to Brazil had been booked in his name. His trial is set for February. In Fairfax County, Ben Dennis, DC News Now.
All right, thank you, Ben. Your time now, 8:10 on this Saturday morning. And overall, we are waking up to some patchy fog, but we'll start to see that fog begin to dissipate as we head through your day today. Now, temperature-wise, not looking too bad. We are holding on to the 70s here in the nation's capital. We're sitting at 74 degrees, 75, though, as you head over there to Lexington Park. Then further off to the north and the west, we're holding on to the upper 60s. Now, cloudy skies will be the trend through the rest of your morning. It's not until this afternoon that's when we start to see sunshine return to the area. So keep it here. We'll break down